please tell us about the college textbook that you wrote for McGraw-Hill, Vitamins and Minerals Demystified.
Let's see.
Well, some years back, McGraw-Hill contacted me and asked me to write a book, a college textbook on vitamins and minerals in their Demystified series. Their Demystified series has literally thousands of titles, and a lot of them are hard science like physics and chemistry. The idea being that it can be a self-learning book or can be used in a college with quizzes, midterms, and final exams all built into the book. Well, they only gave me 7 months to write it. It was a little tight. Boy, was I busy. But basically, I went through all of the necessary vitamins and all of the necessary minerals and told people about why they're necessary. It's a 30-page chapter on vitamin C. You wouldn't believe all of the reasons why we need vitamin C. We're really designed to eat it, and because we can't make it, most animals can. And also let people know about the amount and quality of the supplements for these things too, for each vitamin and mineral, because each one needs to be taken in the correct amount and in the correct form.
Here's a picture of the book cover. I helped edit it. When it was too difficult, I said, please make a cartoon or a graph for that. So he added lots of those.
There are a lot of diagrams in consequence of her suggestions, and she did help me edit it too, so that the diagrams really help you understand how these things work. There's one that shows how calcium is attached to the bones. And it's hard to understand, but when you see a picture, all of a sudden it becomes clear.
What are the 15 most important nutritional supplements that everyone should take?
Now, we should be eating, of course, a ton of carotenoids every day, but some days we miss. Today on the road in this hotel, I may have missed a few of those carotenoids. So I like to be sure I get these fat-soluble antioxidants that protect my brain, my arteries, and everything in my body. So I would suggest that people take lutein and zeaxanthin. These are the ones that a brain like to concentrate more than any other carotenoid. Also, I think beta-cryptoxanthin would be good to take, along with beta-carotene. These two can be made into vitamin A, as well as being protective antioxidants. The flaxseed powder is a great addition to our diet, and I think almost anyone could benefit from having some omega-3s in the plant-based alpha-linolenic form. We are designed to eat a lot of vitamin C in nature, but foods have been changed and hybridized and made sweeter, and after all, vitamin C is very sour. So the foods now contain less than they did. So even though I am eating whole plants, I still don't usually get over 400 milligrams a day, but I take 1,200 milligrams in divided doses after meals to boost vitamin C. 93% of Americans, did you know, don't get the bare minimum of vitamin E. Only 7% of Americans even get the bare minimum. So vitamin E is something we need to take, but there's a problem. The vitamin E in vitamins is not vitamin E. First of all, it's usually only the alpha tocopherol, and they ignore the beta, gamma, and delta tocopherols. Second of all, the alpha tocopherol they're using is synthetic because it's cheap, but only 1/8 of that is real alpha tocopherol. The other 7/8 are fake, and they do not perform the function needed in our body. 4 of them are completely worthless, and 3 of them are nearly worthless. So it's very difficult to find a vitamin supplement. In our study, we did provide high-quality vitamin E supplements, but we also made sure that people got 1 ounce of sunflower seeds each day and 1 ounce of walnuts each day to get the alpha tocopherol and the gamma tocopherol naturally, and that's always a good idea. We did both because we wanted people to get their brains well again. Oh, there's more, of course. We're not done. There are 4 minerals that support our own antioxidant systems. So selenium supports glutathione peroxidase. Without it, you cannot detoxify the hydrogen peroxide that's constantly made in our cells into water. But with it, you can. And then there are 3 minerals necessary for superoxide dismutase are zinc, copper, and manganese. These are very important, and we may not get them from our food every day. We have to be sure we get them so that our own antioxidant systems can protect. Our cells may get 10,000 to 100,000 free radical attacks every cell every day. We need to protect against these things. Let's see, what am I forgetting?
You did calcium, right?
I didn't do calcium. You're right.
Calcium.
Many people don't get enough calcium, especially people on plant diets. So it's a good idea to supplement calcium. And we supplement with the brain and body food, which has all of these things, except for the flax powder, has everything in it already. The brain and body food, you want to show them a picture?
Sure.
When we were doing our Hawaii dementia prevention trial, the people who weren't in the trial wanted to get the supplements, but they couldn't. They were restricted to the participants. So we made this brain and body food with most of the things in the trial so that anybody can get it. And it is available on our website, drsteveblake.com, if you want to try it.
And you made sure it was the highest quality of everything, including the vitamin E.
Oh yeah, the vitamin E was a problem with the manufacturer. They said, you can't put that in, that'll double the price. I said, I want this for my friends, my family, for people I care about, for the people who are trying to heal. I don't care. It didn't actually make the supplement expensive. We just lowered the profit margin.
And then the folate instead of folic acid. You wanted to make sure you had the highest quality of everything.
Yeah, the folic acid is a synthetic analog of folate, the real B vitamin that's found in food in the human body. And if you're taking more than 1,000 micrograms a day, it can increase your risk of cancer. I would never want to do that. And since it's found in fortified grains, plus supplements, plus breakfast cereals, it is possible that you could go over that if you're taking a supplement with folic acid. So we use the real folate, and I would never recommend something that could increase cancer risk. I think that's most of the supplements. I might have gotten up to 15 there.
Did you mention vitamin D supplements? And if so, which type of vitamin D should we take?
The vitamin D is available in either D2, which is ergocalciferol made from irradiated fungus. I don't recommend that one. The cholecalciferol is a natural form in the human body, and I do recommend that one. And it's called D3. So if you're taking D3, the upper limit that has been set is 4,000 IUs a day, or 100 micrograms per day. And I think that's a reasonable upper limit. People who supplement with that much tend to have their blood vitamin D go up to a good level. The minimum amount per day I would suggest would be 1,000 IUs, or 25 micrograms per day. That works for most people. The key here is to check your blood, add it to your yearly or bi-yearly blood test. Just ask your doctor to throw in a vitamin D check and see how your vitamin D is when you're taking your supplements, see how much it raises. And if it doesn't raise enough, then you can bump your way up to 4,000 IUs a day, or 100 micrograms in the newer terminology.
How do we decide which brand of nutritional supplements to use?
There are a lot of brands out there in the market. So one thing that you can do to look for quality is look first at the vitamin E. So you want to make sure that it's the RRR, and you'll find that very difficult to find. What you'll find instead is the D-alpha tocopherol or the DL-alpha tocopherol vitamin E. And I have nicknamed the L, the DL-alpha tocopherol. Those are long words, aren't they? DL, just go DL vitamin E, DL tocopherol. I call it lousy, L for lousy, because that's where you're getting the artificial chemicals that do not help the body and might even cause damage. So that's the first place to look if your vitamin
Your chances
is a
for getting
quality.
a real vitamin E in a supplement are probably less than 1%.
Another thing to look at is your amount of calcium that you're getting and the quality. Calcium carbonate is very difficult to assimilate, and you may only be getting 3% assimilation out of taking 1,000 milligrams of calcium carbonate. Now, it's the cheapest, and it's the one that's out there in most supplements. But look further until you find citrate and malate. There are some others that are more assimilable, but they're harder to find. So calcium citrate and calcium malate are nice, easy to assimilate, and you'll get a higher percentage of the calcium.
Now, we've looked at some of these raw vitamin multivitamins, and I look at the package, and it says 45 milligrams of calcium, which is nothing. If you need 1,000 a day, even if it were assimilable, it's not going to help you enough. So that's another way to check your multivitamin and see if it has that. It is very, very difficult. Let's face it. Pharmaceutical manufacturers manufacture these things for one reason, and that reason is profit. And so they use the smallest amounts of the cheapest forms of everything. And this is, I guess, understandable for the stockholders of the company, but for consumers, it is a disaster. They think they're getting what they're getting, but they're not getting it.